Christian Horner suddenly left Red Bull Racing, and it shocked everyone in Formula One. This ended a 20-year run during what many think was the team's most crazy time ever. Red Bull surprised everyone by firing him in the middle of the season, and quickly made Laurent Mekies the new boss. He used to run their sister team called Racing Bulls. Horner leaving is a really big deal. It makes people wonder if Red Bull can still win races, if their star driver Max Verstappen will stay happy, and most importantly, what Horner will do next. Horner did amazing things at Red Bull. When he was the boss, the team from Milton Keynes went from being new to being super strong, winning 8 driver championships and lots of team titles too. He was really smart about racing strategy, great at managing people, and knew how to get the team excited about their star drivers. This made Red Bull Racing really powerful and scary for other teams. But the crazy drama we saw in recent months shows us that even the strongest teams in Formula One can have big problems with people fighting inside the team and outside pressure. The first signs of trouble started quietly during the 2023 season, even though Max Verstappen won his 4th championship in a row. But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. The biggest problem was when important people started leaving, like when Rob Marshall, their technical leader, went to work for McLaren instead. Also, the Austrian owners and Thai owners of Red Bull started fighting with each other, which showed there were deeper problems with the team's leadership. Horner tried to act like everything was fine, and showed confidence even though the fighting inside the team was getting worse. By early 2024, the small problems became big problems. People kept talking about how workers at the factory were unhappy, and Verstappen's team was worried about where Red Bull was heading and if they could still win races. Something really big happened in February when Red Bull started investigating Horner because people said he did inappropriate things. Even though they said he didn't do anything wrong, it still made people doubt him and made everyone feel bad. People close to the team said quietly that Horner and Red Bull's big bosses didn't trust each other anymore, and from that point on, things in the team were never the same. The 2024 season brought even more problems. Red Bull lost a lot of smart people when Adrian Newey and Jonathan Wheatley said they were leaving too, which made the team's technical problems even worse. The gap between Red Bull and their rivals Ferrari and McLaren got much smaller, which made people wonder if Verstappen would leave too. More and more reports came out saying Verstappen was thinking about leaving because he was frustrated with the team's plans and how they weren't winning as much. Horner was under a lot of pressure and tried many times to fix things, but the fighting inside the team was becoming public and impossible to hide. Throughout late 2024 and into the 2025 season, the chaos got even worse. A bitter fight between the team's Austrian and Thai owners reached a critical point, and Horner's longtime supporters slowly started losing faith because the team kept performing poorly, and the drivers were getting more and more unhappy. Verstappen openly showed he was unhappy with the team's direction, and how they couldn't compete well with the improving McLaren and Ferrari, which only made the tension at Red Bull even worse. The final breaking point came during the terrible summer races of 2025. At the British Grand Prix, Verstappen could only finish in 5th place, which was disappointing, while his teammate Yuki Tsunoda failed once again to get any points. Everyone got so frustrated that the Red Bull big bosses had emergency meetings. During an important boardroom fight at the Milton Keynes headquarters, the key decision-makers, including Chalur Muvidya, Mark Mateskits, and Oliver Mintzlaff, all agreed that they needed to do something right away. On July 9, 2025, they made the big decision. Horner's amazing 20-year time at Red Bull Racing ended suddenly, leaving a huge empty space in the leadership of a team that was clearly at a very important crossroads. When they announced this huge decision, Red Bull put out a carefully written statement thanking Horner for all his valuable contributions, calling him a crucial part of the team's continued success. Mintzlaff publicly said thank you for Horner's years of hard work, emphasizing his central role in creating one of Formula One's greatest modern teams. At the same time, Laurent Mekies took over control right away, inheriting a team that was deeply shaken by internal conflicts and facing enormous challenges as an important 2026 regulation change looms large. But during all this dramatic fallout, people naturally started wondering about Horner's own future. Rumors quickly got stronger, connecting the experienced team boss to Ferrari, sparking speculation in the paddock that Maranello could be his next stop. Ferrari, despite being in a relatively good position in the Constructors' Championship, still hasn't won any races in 2025 and is far behind McLaren. Ongoing unhappiness with the Scuderia has put current boss Fred Vasseur under intense scrutiny, and sources within Italian motorsports circles have revealed that Ferrari's senior management is actively looking at different leadership options. The idea of Horner leading Ferrari isn't new. Actually, Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko previously revealed that Horner almost accepted an offer to replace Mattia Binotto at Ferrari in late 2022. Marko himself admitted that he personally stepped in to convince Horner to stay at Red Bull, a move that he confessed had cost the team millions in incentives. Now that he's free from his long-standing commitment, the possibility of Horner finally crossing to Ferrari has suddenly become more realistic than ever. Interestingly, Horner's previous comments on Ferrari show a thoughtful perspective on the challenges faced by the iconic Italian team. He previously criticized Ferrari's slow decision-making processes that are heavily influenced by internal politics and outside pressures from Italian media. Horner said that Ferrari's biggest problem was its status as a national institution rather than a streamlined racing team, urging them to embrace a decisive leadership style like Red Bull's approach. If Ferrari were to succeed in getting Horner's services, his immediate priority would definitely focus on reshaping Ferrari into a quick, agile organization capable of making bold strategic decisions, qualities that have defined his leadership throughout 2 decades at Red Bull. Ferrari's interest in Horner reflects their desperation to regain Formula One dominance. The Italian giant's ongoing struggle shows the urgency to secure a proven winner capable of leading them back to glory. Horner's track record and experience perfectly align with Ferrari's ambitions, suggesting a partnership could be mutually beneficial and transformative. Yet Horner himself remains guarded regarding these developments. Just recently at the Spanish Grand Prix, he brushed off speculation linking him to Ferrari, reaffirming his total commitment to Red Bull. However, circumstances have drastically changed. With his long-standing loyalty to Red Bull now broken, Horner faces the compelling choice of whether to retire, take a break, or accept the immense challenge Ferrari would undoubtedly present. Max Verstappen's future at Red Bull adds another critical dimension. The Dutch driver's increasing frustration and uncertainty about the team's direction mirror the broader instability at Milton Keynes. Verstappen's manager recently issued statements indicating disappointment at Horner's departure, underscoring concerns that this could push Verstappen towards considering offers elsewhere. This instability at Red Bull underscores the enormous risks the team now faces in a post-Horner era, particularly in retaining their superstar driver and remaining competitive at the sport's highest levels. Ultimately, Horner's dramatic exit from Red Bull Racing represents more than just the end of a personal chapter. It symbolizes a pivotal turning point for both Red Bull and potentially Ferrari, reshaping the Formula One landscape significantly. How Red Bull responds under Mekies's leadership, how Verstappen's future unfolds, and whether Ferrari seizes this unprecedented opportunity to secure Horner's services will collectively determine the next phase in Formula One's fiercely competitive saga. The upcoming Belgian Grand Prix thus presents more than merely another race weekend. It will provide the first glimpse into the future for Red Bull Racing without Christian Horner, while Formula One awaits with bated breath to discover if Ferrari can capitalize on this remarkable opportunity. What remains undisputed is that Christian Horner's departure marks the end of an extraordinary era and the start of a highly uncertain yet captivating new chapter. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below.